All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Monday. We've got a nice slate of NBA games. We're going to talk about each one. I'm going to give you my 8 favorite best bets. But before we do that, as always, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free. Join the Discord down below. They get the betting card early, as well as any parlays that we post. And we've got Monday Night Football, so turn notifications on so you get that video. All right, let's talk about yesterday's recap. We went 4-2 with one player that did not play. Dennis Schroeder didn't play. So Jacob Podol over 9.5 rebounds. That was ridiculously sweat-free. I think he finished with like 14 or 15. TJ McConnell over 2.5 rebounds. Check that box. Jarrett Allen over 10.5 rebounds. Little sweaty. He finished at 11. He hit it with about 3 minutes left in the game. Drew Holiday over 3.5 assists. He had 0 assists in the first half. Ended up with 3 in the second half. So GG there. Many opportunities for him. They just would not make shots for him. He could have finished at like 6 or 7. All right, Julius Randle over 1.5 3-pointers made. He made 1. Didn't shoot a ton of 3-pointers. I think he went 1 for 4. Julius Randle under 4.5 assists. This line, I wish I would have held off, actually. This got bumped up to 5.5. 4.5 was like plus 110. That was sweat-free. I think he ended up with 2. So we ended up hitting that. Overall, good day. We'll take 4 and 2. It is what it is. But let's get into today's card and get you guys out of here. Pelicans and the Pacers. Again, I just don't have a lot of faith in the Pacers. I think McCollum's back tonight. Let's see. McCollum's game time decision expected to play, but they've still got a lot of people out. So don't necessarily trust them. Nothing new on the injury front for the Pacers. I mean, it's Pacers are passing the spot. 226.5 is a pretty low line for a Pacers game. So maybe look at the over, but I would say Pacers are passing this spot. Orlando Magic and Charlotte Hornets. We see Orlando minus 5.5 to the Hornets. Hornets are they're streaky shooters. Now, the Magic on the road have not been fantastic, and Charlotte's been shooting really, really well, actually. So it's kind of hard to necessarily fade them. On the injury front, let's see. Bridges is still going to be out. So guys like Ball and Miller are going to have to step up. I really don't expect Josh Green to do a ton. Diabate's just more of a body down there to get rebounds. So nothing crazy on that front. Wendell Carter Jr. is expected to play tonight, so it'd be nice to have him back in the lineup. This is Magic minus 5.5 or pass to me. Raptors and the Pistons. I mean, this is about the lowest line we've seen Toronto have all year at minus or plus 4.5. So that kind of tells you something. But Detroit's still going to be without Cade Cunningham. Raptors, no Quickly. Let's see, they had a couple of injuries here. So no Quickly. Grady Dick is expected to play, but technically questionable. Brown's still out. Kelly Olynyk's out. So, yeah, I mean, just absolute fade of a game. There's props I really like in this game, but in terms of who wins this game, it's a coin flip. So Pistons at home, coin flip. I'd probably go Raptors with the points, to be honest. I just don't trust the Pistons to shoot. Durant can't keep himself out of foul trouble. It's going to be all on Tobias Harris. Tim Hardaway's not necessarily a scorer. Ivy's kind of hit or miss with his scoring. So too many variables there. Toronto plus 4.5. Clippers and Celtics. We see this line at 9.5. I like this. I think this is Boston minus 9.5 or pass. I think there's some prop potential in this game, which we'll talk about. We've got one play in this game. In terms of injuries, Cornette's a game-time decision. Not that he's going to make a massive difference. Powell's still out for the Clippers, as well as Kawhi and Tucker. So pretty much 9.5. Clippers team is playing pretty well, but Boston's playing too good. So Boston minus 9.5 or take the over 218.5. Mavericks and the Hawks, still no Luka. So we are Luka-less still. Guys like PJ Washington stepped up and had a really nice day yesterday in terms of rebounds. Lively crushed the rebound prop. We talked about that yesterday. I was almost going to take his over. I wish I would have. Dallas getting points. That's a pretty weird situation against the Hawks. So if I can get the better team with plus points, even without Luka, I'll take it. The Dallas plus 2.5 there. Trailblazers and the Grizzlies. Trailblazers in familiar territory, getting double digits. Ja Morant's supposed to be back tonight. So Memphis -10. I would lean more towards that under 230.5. I know the Grizzlies play at a pretty good pace, but the Trailblazers play pretty good defense, and their pace is just kind of middle of the road. So under 230.5 would be my best bet in that game. Knicks and the Nuggets. Knicks getting 3.5 against a Denver team who's kind of starting to pick it up, let's be honest. In terms of injuries, let's see, nothing major. I mean, Aaron Gordon's still going to be out. Peyton Watson's going to be back. Karl Anthony Towns is a game-time decision for the Knicks. So obviously, if he doesn't play, that could cause some problems, but he's expected to play. So I think he plays. I just don't know if we'll see the minutes after, with that issue, whatever. So Karl Anthony Towns, kind of maybe lean towards his under in rebounds then. It's 11.5. I didn't take it, but that could be a play. Maybe lean towards his under in rebounds. I don't love fading Cat. I think Denver -3.5 in this spot. I actually like them to win this game. All right, Nets and the Warriors. 12.5 is just too much, man. That's way too much. That's a fade for me. I can't back Brooklyn plus 12.5. I mean, I think Ben Simmons is going to be out. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they have so many injuries. Schroeder's going to be out. Sharp's out. Simmons out. Dorian Finney-Smith's out. Bogdanovich is out. No. But maybe Golden State -12.5. I don't know. I would just completely fade this game, to be honest. All right, last game, Oklahoma City Thunder, Sacramento Kings. OKC -4.5 going up against the Kings at home. I don't know. Caruso's going to be out. Holmgren's still out. Williams is still out. On the other side of the ball for Sacramento, Malik Monk is going to be out. So that's tricky. I kind of like Sacramento +4.5 at home. That is definitely where I would lean in that one. All right. That's where I'm at with those bets. Let me give you guys the bets. I don't have them written down today. Let me... I botched it up. So I got yesterday's stuff on here. So hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't want to re-record this whole video. So we're just going to grin and bear this. Okay. Best bets for today. We're going to start with Jamal Murray, over 3.5 rebounds. This line is really light for him. He's over this in 5 straight games. Knicks are first in terms of least amount of rebounds allowed to the point guard position, but this line's just too low, man. We need him to get 1 rebound per quarter. I think he can do it. So he's been getting 5-6 rebounds over the last 5 games. 4 was his lowest. So I like this line. Wendell Carter Jr. over 7.5 rebounds and assists. This line's just way too low. He's over this in 8 of his last 10 games. He's got a 100% hit rate versus Charlotte. So I like this line. Hopefully he plays. Jacob Poeltl over 10.5 rebounds. This line's just too low, man. Charlotte center had 17 rebounds versus Detroit. So this line is just way, way too low. I imagine this gets bumped up to 11.5 at some point today. Ja Morant over 6.5 assists. It's -140. I'll pay it. It's ridiculously low. I know it's his first game back, but he was crushing this line. Could see a minutes restriction, right? That's the gamble here, but the line's just ridiculously low. Zubac over 10.5 rebounds. Celtics #1 in rebounds to the center position, but 10.5 is just way too low to pass up for Zubac, who's just been crushing the rebounds. So give me that all day. Scotty Barnes over 6.5 rebounds. Same logic that we had with Poeltl. I mean, they're just Detroit's giving up a ton of rebounds, and they give up about 8.2 rebounds to the small forward position a game, and that's with Cunningham. So without Cunningham, I just think they're going to be bricking a lot of shots. Josh Hart under 9.5 rebounds. A little scary to fade Josh Hart, but he's under this in 8 of his last 10 games. Denver's 15th in rebounds to the shooting guard position. The only issue here is if Cat doesn't play, he probably goes over this line. So we are gambling a little bit. Last play on the card, TJ McConnell over 4.5 assists. This is just a really good spot. I think Indy should get a good lead. McConnell's going to get his minutes. We took his rebounds yesterday. We're going to take his assists today. So I think it's a good spot there. The Halliburton assist was 8.5, but it's -142 to go over, and I just don't trust the way he's playing, and McConnell's been playing really well. So those are going to be my 8 favorite plays, and we covered each game. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next video.